All right, what's good, YouTube? This is Boxingwave. Just jumping back to last week in boxing. Just want to talk about the female card on the zone last week. All right, we had Alicia Baumgardner against Ellen Mekaleg. Mekaleg, all right. I'm just gonna say Ellen, the French boxer. All right, and we had Erica Cruz against Amanda Serrano. All right. And I just want to talk about both of the fights because, you got 126. You have Amanda Serrano, who went back down to 126 and now beating Erica Cruz. She is undisputed, back down at 126. Then you got Alicia Baumgardner, who is now undisputed at 130. So congratulations for her because she's never been undisputed. All right. And then now you have Katie Taylor up at 135. That's still undisputed at 135. So I want to talk about both of those fights and what I expect to happen or what I would like to happen between the ladies and moving forward. So Alicia Baumgardner, let's talk about that fight. It was pretty competitive for Alicia won the fight clear. She was able to get a knockdown and hurt Elam in the third round, I believe. All right. Um, but she gassed in this fight. I think she tried to put Elam away and she burnt out a little bit, but she picked it back up. But I think in I don't know if it was like the eighth or ninth round, somewhere around there, or ninth and tenth, she had gassed out dramatically. And we've seen this before. I think if Alicia Baumgartner is ever going to lose a fight, like she did earlier in her career, it's probably going to be due to pressure and her getting outworked. Okay, if she's ever going to look, you know, vulnerable in a fight, it's because she's going to gas out. I know Michaela Mayer said that recently. Michaela Mayer is not letting go of that loss to Alicia Baumgartner. But we're being real. We just, I love Alicia Baumgartner. I'm actually a fan of Michaela Mayer too. I actually was following Mayer before Alicia. But I love Alicia Baumgartner. But I have to be honest, that is the flaw. That is the flaw. She boxes very well. She has power. She's quick. She boxes very, very well. She's very talented. And I think, believe it or not, I think out of everybody in the US right now, I honestly believe, and I was thinking about this the other day, she has a lot of charisma. She's a beautiful woman. You know what I'm saying? She boxes well. She's getting knockouts. She has star power. I can see potential of her being. I saw on the Daily News or the Daily Show the other day a clip on her. She has potential to be like a star, more than um just a female boxing champion. Like I see the potential of her being like more of a celebrity. That's what I'm trying to say. I think she has a look. I think she has the look. I think she has, I just think she has it. She's not an unlikable person, you know? I think she has it all. And I hope she gets there. I just potentially see, I know that's totally random, but um, I try to look at the full package in people sometimes. And I think with her, I see a lot of star power in her. Like, Katie Taylor, the thing with her is that she's not an American, so I think she'll never be famous like that here when it comes to boxing. Plus, people are not watching boxing like that, especially female boxing. They're not watching it like that. Yes, it's becoming more popular here for sure, or it's getting more popular everywhere in the last few years. But boxing in general is not that popular, you know? It's mostly filled with some casuals. People know the main people, the main stars, but I see a lot of potential and star power with her. But when it comes to boxing, I think that's probably her most biggest flaw is that when she gasses, not only is she slowed down dramatically when it comes to firepower, but she's very easy to get hit. She gets hit a lot more often when she slows down. She begins to get hit with combos. She doesn't move her head anymore. She's not as slick. The reflexes are not as sharp. And I think that's something that she needs to mainly work on, you know? If she's gonna fight, because I was thinking about, Delphine Pursuit, who beat Elam previous to this fight. We know Delphine, and I don't know, she's probably getting up there in age, but she's a big time pressure fighter. A lot of people thought that Pursuit won the fight against Katie Taylor. I remember that. I was there. I was there that night. I saw the fight live. And I remember Pursuit putting the pressure on Katie Taylor. Katie almost lost that fight. She could have lost that fight. A lot of people feel she lost that fight. Very disputable win for Katie, right? But it's fights like that where if you can't knock them out, if you can't hurt them, and they keep putting the pressure on you. Yes, you're winning rounds, you picking up rounds. But the moment you slow down, now you're starting to get hit more. You know, you're winded. Now they hit you with shots that they wouldn't normally hit you with if you were sharp, if you were fresh, you know? And it goes back to the argument that we made here on this channel a few times, talking about the length of female fights. You know, if this fight was a 12 rounder, or if this fight was a 3-minute round type of fight, you know, if Alicia is gassing like that, and she's one of the best in the sport, you know, probably top 3 or 4 pound for pound, wherever you place her, wherever you got her, she's up there. You know, if she's gassing out that much, that's something she needs to work on. She needs to pace herself. She needs to work on her conditioning a little bit better. She has the skill. She has the talent, like I said, but she needs to work on that, especially now, you being undisputed. Women, up and coming women too, are going to be gunning for you now because you on top. You on the top. Like you at the Mount Rushmore of active fighters right now. You know? So if you're going to fight Michaela Mayer, who I think Alicia won, I think she won the fight, but it was a very close fight. You know, Michaela Mayer is going to work on some of the flaws she had, where you can work on some of the flaws you had. And I think part of those flaws is gassing. All right? Got to learn to pace yourself, to fight at a high level for 10 rounds. Giving up 1, maybe 2 rounds, that's one thing if you're winning. But giving up 1, 2, or maybe, giving up 3 rounds in a fight that's very, very close, even when you find at your best, could be an issue, you know? So I'm just saying all this because I want her to win. I love her, you know? I want her to keep winning. But that is something that they definitely got to work on, improve on moving forward. And as far as the next fight, Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, they're gonna have their rematch out in Ireland, which is cool. We wanted to see the rematch. We wanted to see it immediately, but I'm just glad that it's going to happen. You know, and I'm glad that what we got to understand is people like Serrano and Katie Taylor, who's helped pave the way for these other up and coming girls, is these two are at the end of their careers. You know, so they're trying to make as much bread as they can. I was thinking about it because I saw the Serrano fight the other day, and she's slowing down a bit. She is. She's slowing down a bit, but you have the name, you have the popularity. You want to make your money. You want to make your M's before you're on your way out. You know, I've said this recently about Terrence Bud Crawford. You know, he's 35 years old. Listen, if he has time, and this was the argument with the David Avanesian day. If they're going to pay you 10 million just to fight David Avanesian, and you don't have no fight scheduled because the Spence fight wouldn't even happen in 2022, why are you going to sit out? You know, if you can get paid the most you ever get gotten paid in your career to fight this guy, you know, why would you pass that up? At this point, you're supposed to be looking for the biggest amount of fights before you get out the game. Now, I don't think Serrano is looking at her best. You know, I was watching Erica Cruz fight, and even though Serrano clearly won, all right, was winning the majority of the rounds, she was taking way too many hits. I mean, it seemed like anytime Erica was throwing anything, it wasn't no setups or anything. It was just a slugfest. You know, Amanda just continuously just kept throwing the 1-2, the 1-2, the 1-2. You know, it was no uppercuts. Erica Cruz was coming in with her head down and just throwing flurries. There was no real boxing in the fight, but Erica Cruz was landing a lot of punches. And I think that Serrano was getting hit with a lot of unnecessary punches. And, you know, you go into this rematch with Katie Taylor. I'm assuming that Kaylee's only going to fight smart. She's already been involved in a rematch where, you know, with Pursoon, where she improved in a rematch. She's just going to fight smarter in this fight. You know, she was winning. She was doing well when she was just sticking the boxing. The moment she stepped in and stayed in the pocket a little too long, started to exchange with with of Amanda Serrano, that was the point where she got hurt. So going into this rematch, I'm assuming that Katie Taylor is just gonna box better. You know, look for your spots, land your flurries, get out of danger, and get back on the move. I think Katie's gonna win the rematch. Again, they're both slowing down. I don't think they're at their absolute primes anymore, but they're still very, very good. I think Katie Taylor wins the rematch, in my opinion. A little bit better than she did in the first fight. I think the first fight is very disputable. You go either way. When I first viewed it, the first time I watched it, I slightly edged it for Serrano, but I remember watching it again and rescoring it, and I slightly edged it for Katie. It was really that close of a fight. I don't think it was any kind of robbery or anything like that. Um, but I do think that Katie is gonna slightly. I think she's gonna do a little bit better, and I think if she fights smarter, she should win the fight as long as she don't sit in the pocket too long with Amanda, who's a more powerful puncher, in my opinion. All right. I think Katie wins the rematch out in Ireland on points. But Alicia Baumgardner, what happens? She wants the winner. All right. She wants one of those two. It's not gonna happen. At least not yet. Uh I could see them making the fight, or the winner might just retire, or they both might retire. But I don't think it's gonna happen. And the only reason why I say that is because the money is just so up. It's so up for those two, and I'm talking about Taylor and Serrano. I don't know. I thought about it. I'm like, the winner or the loser or whatever, they should just retire after they did what they had to do. They're legends. They're already Hall of Famers easily. They don't really need to stick around, but I could see, when you're getting paid as much as they're getting paid at this point, maybe they stick around a little longer. And that's when I feel like Alicia Baumgardner, and Eddie Hearn and them making it right and making a fight. And Alicia could fight the winner, at 135, and then she'll get her opportunity to be a two division undisputed champion. All right. Um, hmm. In the meantime, Alicia Baumgardner, she's been talking about having a homecoming fight in Detroit. I think that's a great idea. I said this about Clarissa Shields. I said that, maybe she needs to have a hometown kind of fight, and make people come out, and people that's going to support her back at home. So I think she should do the same. And maybe have the rematch with Mayer. Have the rematch with Mayer. Mayer's not gonna go anywhere. Mayer's not going anywhere. She's not gonna leave you alone. So have the rematch with Mayer. If you're not gonna have the rematch with Mayer, fight Delphine Pursoon. Neither one of those fights are easy fights. All right, Mayer was close, the first one, and Pursoon is she's a she's what was I gonna say? She's a pressure fighter. So if you're gassing out against her and you can't stop her, you can't hurt her, you might be in trouble. But it'll be a credible win. It'll be one of her best wins. Outside of Terry Harper, it might be Alicia's, and Michaela Mayer. That might be one of her best wins. So the Mayer fight would be great. The Pursuit fight would be great. Put it out there in Detroit. Let people come out, support, make your money, defend your titles, and if you win that fight, then go up to fight the winner of Taylor and Serrano. If it's still on the table, if the winner of those two would like the fight, and that's it. But yeah, I think it's pretty clear cut. I don't know if Troy is gonna be. I mean, if Troy didn't want to defend her title, she's not gonna want the fight. I seen an interview and they asked her. I'm like, Troy's not gonna want to fight her now without a title. You know what I'm saying? But I like Pursoon. I like I like the Mayor rematch. Um, she said that she's interested in taking a rematch. So listen, if you can't get Taylor and Serrano right away, take Mayor in a rematch. You know, I love it. I love it. All right. And as far as Serrano, again, like I said, good win, but she's like totally disregarding like the defense at this point. And maybe it's because she didn't respect her opponent. Maybe she didn't really, when I was watching the first round, I was like, Erica Cruz was standing straight up, looking kind of uncomfortable in the ring. Yeah, she was letting her hands go, but she wasn't bending her knees at all. She didn't even look like a boxer. So maybe, Serrano just really didn't care, respect her power. But still, I don't think Serrano should get hit with just unnecessary shots like that. Not at her level. All right, but that's my views on that fight. I did watch it live. I was here watching it. I just couldn't do content because I was really, really, really sick that day. All right, and I'm still recovering. That's why I'm doing these short videos like this now. But anyway, that's my views on the females down at featherweight, lightweight. And I'll see you guys on the next one, man. Make sure you subscribe. Peace.